Whoever you are, and I know this is for you, you're doing something right now. You're building something. You're creating something. You're trying to show up, whether it be content, whether it be a business, whatever it is, you're trying your best to show up. And you know that what you need more than anything right now is exposure. Your business needs exposure. You know, your brand needs exposure. Your content needs exposure. You know what it is right now for you is exposure. However, because that exposure hasn't came yet, you're second guessing yourself, or you're questioning yourself. You know, is it me? Do I need to show up better? Do I need to change my hair? Do I need to change my appearance? Do I need to speak differently? You know, you're trying to figure out what it is that you can do better to make that exposure come faster. I'm going to speak this to you because God has put this on my heart today to speak to you. And I'm probably going to cry when I say it, and that's okay. Okay. Excuse the appearance right now. Today's, my self-care day, my relaxation day. And I decided to grab my laptop because I have some applications coming in. Tomorrow I'm doing it begins a 12-week Freedom by Design. It's going to February 6th. And I have some applications coming in. I need to finalize them. So as I'm looking over an application and the woman that sent this to me, I love you, because you sending this application to me is what allowed God to speak to me in the way that he just did. I'm going to share one piece of her application in terms of what she said. Okay. Because that person that's listening to this on the other side, you need this revelation. Oh, I love you. God loves you. And I'm going to give it to you. Let's get into it. Before the exposure comes, God needs you to know how significant you are. Before the exposure comes, God needs you to know how much you matter. Before that exposure comes, God needs you to be captivated by what he's put inside of you first. Because if he lets the exposure come right now, it's going to be a sense of validation. And he doesn't want the exposure that you get to validate you. He wants the exposure that you get to simply just be a reconfirmation of the things that you believed him for, a fulfillment of the promises that he made to you. And he's not going to allow it to be distorted. So the exposure will come, but it's predicated on that relationship that you have for him, because that exposure won't be the source of your confidence, because you're going to walk in Godfidence right now. And then the exposure is going to come. Let me tell you what this woman just said here. The question I put is, what draws you to the Freedom by Design 12-week transformation journey, and what do you hope to achieve? This is what she said. I'll do my best to keep this brief. When I first encountered you, I saw what many others likely see, a Black woman coach. But as I learned more, I discovered your beliefs and practices are deeply rooted in biblical principles and psychology. Watching your take on Haiti and Nick Cannon was a turning point for me. It sealed the deal. You have a unique ability to present truth in a balanced, non-biased, and effective way, showing a deep understanding backed by both science and faith. Watching your videos helped me see my full potential. So many concepts I've understood but never had the courage to apply to my life purposes. Oh, Michelle, this girl gonna make me cry. Hold on. As a Haitian Christian woman and mom, I felt deeply seen. Your words made me reflect on how my cultural identity and uniqueness have shaped me, but also how I've allowed distractions to pull me away from my purpose, believing that my burdens were too heavy to bear for others to help me. Now I truly believe God has placed me here to heal, connect, transform, and build a solid foundation with the help of your program. I am ready to be on further in my healing. I am ready to, I think she's saying, go further in my healing journey and focus and conquer it all. So now let me tie this all together to help you that's listening to this right now with the revelation God gave me. The first thing was she said about, me just likely just being seen as a regular Black woman coach. The revelation I have is when people go to the swap market. When you go to the swap market, there's a bunch of people outside selling fruit, right? And many of us, we just walk past them. We don't even think nothing much of it, because that's just what people do. They're just a bunch of the same thing, right? If you've ever been to like the Fort Lauderdale swap shop in Florida, or any swap shop in your town, like if you want a suitcase, there's like suitcases galore, necklaces galore. Like there's no real significance. It's just that this is a section and there's a bunch of things here. So my mind saw what the revelation gave me is that for the outside viewer, I might just be stacked up. Like, okay, there's a bunch of coaches here. There's a bunch of this here. But my brain has never worked that way. And God has not allowed my brain to work this way. Because when I show up and I post, God is so good. And this is what's going to help you. When I show up and I post, I really sit down with God. I sit down with the revelations that are inside of me. I sit down with the research, what I believe my community needs to hear. what the past versions of myself needed when they were in their situation. And I do my best to deliver that in the way that I need to deliver it. And I sit down with God to really, clarify my messaging and get better and better and better and better at my messaging. So here's what I'm doing my best to deliver to you here in this moment. There's a level of confidence and there's a level of significance that I feel about myself, and it has nothing to do with the validation of people, because the reality is the world isn't validating me. You follow? The reality is I'm not exposed. As much content as I put out, majority of the world, right, or even people in this space don't know who I am. But I keep showing up every single day. Why? Because I believe in the assignment God has placed in me. I believe in the revelation. I believe in the transformation. I believe in all of these things, and I'm seeing the fruitfulness of it. Even if not in anybody else, I see it in myself. I see the progression of where I was, right, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years, 6 years, etc. Okay. Full circle. I sat here and I said, God, thank you. And this is for you, the person that listened to this far. I said, God, thank you. And I said, thank you so much that I'm in this space, that before the world knows who I am, Jesus, before the world knows who I am, thank you for allowing me to feel that I matter. Thank you for allowing me to feel significant before anybody else tells me that I am. Thank you for allowing me to feel important before anybody else tells me that I am. Hear what I'm saying to you. Because imagine me, my brain essentially is like a fruit vendor that shows up, right? Not realizing that I'm in a swap shop and people don't find much significance in me setting up my shop and being ready to, offer what it is that I do. And people keep passing me by. And I'm like, okay, you know what? All right, how can I present my fruit better? How can I present my stand better? How can I do all these different things? I'm not realizing that, one, there's all this competition around me. And the people, the experience that they have, they're walking by me and feeling like I'm so insignificant. Oh, she's just another fruit vendor. I'm showing up every single day, not even realizing that that's the experience that people have. I'm showing up every single day, knowing the quality of my fruit and what I'm producing. And I'm simply like, God, I thank you for today. Who am I supposed to touch today? Who am I supposed to reach today with what I have in my fruit? And it doesn't matter if I only sell 2 fruits, 3 fruits, 4 fruits. Oh, Jesus, I'm gonna cry. I'm just so grateful. God, I'm gonna cry. I'm so grateful because I know it's all coming. I know what he promised me is happening. So when this woman said what she said, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the experience that the outside world is having, Lord. And I said, God, thank you. And I love you so much. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't care. I'm gonna post it. I don't care if I look ugly. I'm gonna post it. Oh, hold on. All right, I have to get myself together, right? Because I want you to hear the message and I want you to receive this. I said, God, thank you and I love you. Thank you for giving me that moment that before the world sees me and everything that you said is going to happen. Thank you for giving me this space and time where it's me and you allow me to truly see the beauty of who I am and the quality of what I have to offer and to feel significant and that I matter. Because can you imagine that if I waited on the world to make me feel significant, if I waited on exposure to make me feel like I matter, I would be so deprived, guys. And for you guys that are out here and you're waiting on the world to do that for you, baby, it could be 10 years before what God promised you happened. It could be 15 years before that happened. And I don't want you to wait on the validation of the world before you feel important, before you feel love, before you feel that you matter. And what I saw myself as a bride. God is so good. I saw myself as a bride. And you know that moment before some people get married and the husband and the wife to be, they go meet each other in the corridor and they have this moment of quietness with each other where they get to see each other before everybody else does. That's what I saw God saying that he's doing. Oh, God, you're so good. I cannot believe this. Okay, guys, I'm back because I am not finishing this video with no high-pitched voice and snot and all that. No, Lord, I love you. Ooh, I am strong. Okay. I'm saying to you, You who are sitting here building something, doing something, you feel like you have something for the world to offer. The lack of exposure, the lack of success, the lack of people seeing you cannot be the source of your confidence. It cannot be the source of your confidence. Your confidence needs to be so deeply rooted in a knowledge of who you are, who your God is, who your creator. My goodness, God, all of the content, guys, that I put out here so you can know this about you. Because time needs to take place. Seasons need to happen in order for you to manifest what God called you to. You understand? And while that thing is happening, I don't want you walking around here feeling unloved. Matter of fact, forget me. God doesn't want you walking around here like that. And what he's calling you to is that moment, that same quarter, that vision that he gave me, where you feel such a sense of significance. You feel such a sense of you matter, and what you have to offer is so valuable that you feel that and you allow him to give you that before the rest of the world shows up. That's the space where he wants to get you to before success. And the moment he's calling you to, the space that he's calling you to is the same one that he showed me in the vision. He's calling you to a space before all the guests see you and say how beautiful you are. Your dress, that was amazing. And you begin to feel like I made the right choice, right? The food was amazing. The decoration, your vision, it all came to life. What he's calling you to is a space where you feel all of that significance, where you embody all of that before the guest of honor arrive. You and your groom standing in each other's presence, appreciating the beauty of who you are and the beauty of your groom. You being in that moment and taking that moment in before the guests come in and praise you and honor you for all the work that you and your groom have put in for this moment. You cannot allow the world to come in and their opinions and what they think about you to show up into this intimate, sacred place. God is calling you into a sacred place. And everything that you need to restore your confidence, your mindset, your vision, even your approach, strategy, it's all coming from that secret place, that sacred place. Do you hear me? I love you. And I pray with every fiber of my being, every ounce of energy in me, that the person that's supposed to hear this message and receive it, that all barriers that are standing in the way for them to reach it, for this message to come to them, that it's broken, that you receive this message and it penetrates you in a way that is indescribable. Listen to it as many times as you need to until it gets down to the corridors of your soul. Because I know God is calling you into that secret place, that sacred place. And while you're out here trying to fight and trying to make things happen, you need that. You're trying to show up at the wedding and get the approval of the guests before you even allow yourself to take in a moment with your groom. These people are not more important than your groom. The wedding is not more important than your groom. Jesus. Relax. Slow down. Take it in. Allow him to show you you. Now, if you need help with that, guys, I have the Beauty for Ashes program because, of course, I'm going to offer you what I have to offer because I know it's there to help you. The Beauty for Ashes, that helps you learn how to surrender survival mode, survival strength, and embrace divine empowerment. That you can use code FREEDOM for 48% off of that, okay? That's available for you guys there. Now, the Freedom by Design, the enrollment basically is closing for this. By the time you get this video, it probably will be closed. Send me an email if anything. But tomorrow's day one. So because I'm going to post this today on Sunday, this is, what's today? November 17th. By the time you get this video, I love you, right? Freedom by Design, I'm probably going to do it 2025, the end of next year. I don't know if I'm going to do a live one, package it. I don't know what I'm going to do, right? However, it's going to be, just check the link in my bio for everything, okay? That's there. My podcast, The Boss Babe Sanctuary, more resources there for you. Everything is linked in my bio, guys. But yeah, guys, I love you. That was a big one for me. I love God because I couldn't even imagine, guys. Can you imagine That if other people were out here treating me like I'm insignificant and I'm just like another person, and I was actually internalizing that and then treating my stand, my fruit stand, like it's insignificant and not treating it with any kind of care or integrity because, oh, these people don't care about my fruits anyways. I'm just another one in a sea of other people. I'm not. Can you imagine? I thank God that my blinders have been put on, and obviously it has to do with a lot of my coaching, my training, like how I am, right? And the ways I invest in myself, my mindset, etc. But that's scary to me. And I know that everybody isn't me. Most people aren't me. Most people aren't. And no. We're going to break you free from that, because I'm just glad I didn't know that about myself. I'm just glad I didn't know. That's why when they say what people think about you is not your business, I'm just glad that that's something I truly feel about myself. Like, it's just not my business. I'm glad that I wasn't in people's business about what they think about me. I'm so happy I was not. I don't want to be in your business. Think what you want to think. I don't want to know your business. It's yours. Anyways, guys, I love you. You guys enjoy your Sunday, okay? All right, have a great one. Bye.